From D-Town to H-Town, you know that I got you, girl. Know that I'm gon' love you forever. It's my town and your town. Now that we're here, we gon' build this empire together. When you smile, I smile. As long as I got you, I'm gon' make sure that you smile forever. Two down, I'm so proud. No matter the weather, we gon' pull through the storms together. You're my queen and I'm your king. You're my love, my everything. You have my heart and yours with me. I'm feeling like it's destiny.
What's up, teammates? So today we got a very special guest. We've got tons of questions of people asking who did we use when we came to Mexico to find a home. So we took all of that into consideration today when bringing in our special guest. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about who she is and what she got going on.
Yeah. Okay, hi guys, my name is Barbara Blanco and I'm local here, and my company help expats to get in the transition to Merida. Well, we help them to get in apartments, rentals, visa, whatever you need. Our goal is make your transition smooth and nice, and basically that's what it is.
So, for you guys who don't know what an expat is, because I know when I was first looking into going to another country, I didn't know what an expat is either. So an expat is basically someone who leaves one country and goes to another country to live for whatever their reason may be. So me and Sam will be considered expats because we left the US and now we live in Mexico.
Actually, the exactly translate for expat is expatriate. So that's
expat. What is it?
Expatriate. So that means that you are out to your patria, your home. So
your home country.
It's expatriate.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. That's good to know. You said that you did a lot. You help expats the process to be a lot smoother when they're looking to move to Merida. Can you go into detail just a little bit about what that actually looks like? So if someone was to reach out to you, what would you exactly help them do?
Okay, so we have a lot of clients for different things, but our main work is actually find places, find homes. So we do the house hunting tour, we pick up the places, we make the appointment for them, we pick them up, we go to the houses, we tour the houses, we give them advices about the good areas, the bad areas, what is the pros and the cons in every house and every area, and we help them with the contract, because here in Mexico, you're gonna need to sign, even if you buy or you rent, you're gonna need to sign a contract in Spanish because this is Mexico. Yeah. So basically, I'm a lawyer, so we also translate the contract for our clients, and at the same time we explain that what is their obligation or everything that the contract say. We're gonna explain it. We also review the contract before actually they sign. So in that way, we have I have an idea if they're being fair or unfair with our clients.
Exactly.
So I'm glad that you told everybody that you're a lawyer. Okay, when you say that you're a lawyer, how would you categorize Merida Moves? Would you say it's a real estate company? Like, what if you had to tell people and explain what it was? What would you tell them?
Yeah, we're not a real estate because my commitment is with my clients. With a real estate, the commitment of the realtor is more with the owners of the houses. You know, so when you go to the realtor, they're gonna help you because they want to rent the place, but then they are actually working for the owners, so they're not gonna, not all the realtors, but mostly they're not gonna act in your behavior. They're gonna act in the behavior of their owners, because that's the person who paid the fee for them.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why we're not realtors. So we are more like mixed. So we are a relocation specialist. That's our title.
Relocation specialist.
Relocation specialist.
So to sum all this up, what she basically said, if y'all don't want that personal touch where somebody actually care about your best interest, well, go ahead and get you a realtor. But if you want somebody that's gonna give you that personal touch and make sure you get what you need, come holler at the relocation specialist.
And also, she works on your behalf. And one thing about it, since we've been here both times that we came, anything that I can text her or any question that I have, she'll always answer it. Even if it's some crazy stuff, like, hey, where can I find this? What store? She's gonna text me back and say, hey, go to this store, you can find this, or whatever.
But some people, you gotta understand, some people, they just want that experience. They just want the person to just show them the house, and that just be the end of it. So if that is you, then you know Merida Moves may not be the company that you're looking for. But if you like I said before, if you are looking for that personal touch, and somebody that's gonna be here, she's actually local. Like you see, she's here. You know what I'm saying?
And she knows everything about the city. She knows this city from the back to the front and everything.
My friends say that I always know a guy. You know, that's a funny thing that we have because every time that they ask me something, I say, "Oh yeah, I know a guy." Yeah, I was about to say that actually, when you rental here in Merida, I don't know if you know, but you usually need to have 3 months in advance. That's the rate. I mean, the money that you need to have saved for coming here. But also, when you rental here, they ask you something that goes an aval or a guarantor. So this is really important because mostly if you rent it from locals, and we only work with locals owner because in that way we get better rates, you know, rental rates. If you rental in Centro and you rental from a foreigner, of course you're gonna have, you don't need to. Sometimes you don't need to do contracts, sometimes you don't need to, of course, having a guarantor and all that stuff, but then you have higher rents, you know. And when I say that you need an aval, some of the owners need a person, a local person to have in a house here in Merida. They're gonna sign next to you like your co-signer, exactly. So that means that they're gonna be responsible for everything that you do in the house. And then if you don't have these, they usually ask you 1 month or deposit month. And this is terrible because let me tell you something, Mexicans don't like to give them back money. So if this is difficult at the end of the lease, give you back the fully refundable deposit, imagine how difficult it will be given 2. So we save that part for our clients. We do that part, so in that way they only gonna need to pay 2 months plus the lawyer fee, which is whole different story. This is a notary fee. Here in Mexico, a notary is much more important than just a lawyer. You need to be a lawyer first, but be a notary, and the governor give you a number of your notary. So basically, yeah,
that's too much.
Listen.
Let me tell
let me summarize this. So I don't know if y'all caught that. She gave y'all another jewel of going with a relocation specialist over a realtor because she'll be able to also save you money by being able to be that, what is it, the aval and the guarantor / co-signer that you need to not pay that extra month. So you telling me she gonna be personal with you, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you need something, she gonna be there, she gonna co-sign for you, she gonna help you find what you need wherever in the city.
We're gonna be married.
See, in
1 year.
But I mean, if we can't sell you on something. If it doesn't sound good to you, then it's not good. It's not perfectly okay.
Yeah, basically we're not inventing or creating new things. The only thing that we promise, I mean, you can do this by yourself. You can do it. I know a lot of people, they do it by themselves. This is not so complicated, but we're gonna make you easier. That's all.
It's just a little help. Like she said, you can definitely do it on your own. You can definitely find realtors, but we're just here to
save you the hassle
and the money and the time. All right, so let's get into the parts of the city.
Yeah.
Okay. So earlier you mentioned, you know, you're local, so you know the parts of the city, you know the benefits of this part of the city over this part of the city. Can you give us a little bit about, you know, how that works?
So, the city, honestly, Merida looks small, but it's not small, you know. So we have a lot of areas here, a lot of areas. So, and I divide the city when I show to my clients, and the part of inside the city and the part outside the city. What that means? We have something here that goes the highway, kind of like a highway, we call that periférico, and that's kind of like the highway that surrounded the whole Merida area, you know. So if you chose to look at a place outside that line, which is just crossing periférico, that means that you are not in Merida anymore. You are still in Yucatán, which is the state, but this is not Merida anymore. So you are in a different, small little town. But just because it's so close to the city, some people say that it's still Merida, you know. So it's not actually Merida, but it's not a big deal. But then if you cross that line, you could have some small problems. And some of the main problems when you cross that line is you can have a newer places, beautiful places like Iesha and Sam have this place.
Can we tell them our issue?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them. But I told them since the beginning.
Yeah.
So The problem that you have in these areas is you have beautiful places, you have newer places, there's a brand new buildings, there are some communities really fancy and super cool. But over here you have a main problem, which is the internet. So we have this sorry for the bad word, but we have this problem, recurrently problem, when you cross on Periférico, because not all the areas in Periférico have the good cover. And that doesn't mean that you cannot pay for that. I mean, I have clients that offer paying whatever they charge, but the internet infrastructure for fiber optic is not here available yet. So that's the problem. You know, you only can have access to satellite internet, which that means 30 megas more or less, and it's not so reliable. So I guess it's about what you prefer. What is your preference? So you can live inside to the city, I mean in the north part if you chose that, and have fiber optic, any company that you want, or just having a beautiful place outside, a little bit more cheaper, and of course more beautiful, but with these small problems. And not all the areas are like that. We have a lot of communities outside Periférico. We have Cholul, we have Concal, we have Las Americas, we have Santa Fe, we have Cauquel. So some of these areas, some of these ones, some houses already have the fiber optic. So I'm always telling my clients, if you're gonna do this by yourself, only asking to your realtor, your owner, or any person that you're working with, just these words, Mexican words, and asking this specifically, do you have fiber optic internet? That's it.
Yeah.
At the end, it's about exploring. You know, you don't trust, and I always recommend them, don't rent your place from far. That's a huge mistake.
You definitely want to come and see it with your own eyes. You want to run the water. You want to turn lights on. You want to actually look at it, because the pictures are nice, but they don't do the house no justice most of the time. Like,
yeah, so explore the areas first. Come here, do you scoop and visit, explore the areas, and then you can have a better sense of the city. I always recommend that when you come here, having a vision and what do you want, because I have a lot of clients that are falling for the idea to have a colonial house. You know, Mexican colonial house is so beautiful and blah blah blah. And then when I show them what colonials mean for locals, which AKA means old, so they're not so happy. Yeah. So just be clear about what exactly do you want, and we can find it, you know, but having an idea and open your mind that you're gonna have here tons of different looking houses, you know. So here, the thing that Merida have is, or Yucatán in general, is every neighborhood looks completely different. Yeah. It isn't the same place, it isn't the same, area, but could look really different. So that's why I recommend them do your visit first. And
how would you rate Merida when it comes to safety?
Well, Merida is the safest city of the world. Well, not of the world, but of the whole Mexico, definitely. But even we have a lot of local expats. So it means Mexicans from other states of Mexico that are moving over here. We have areas full of different Mexicans coming from different areas because they move. I mean, all the people knows that Merida is the safest city, so they chose to move in here. And like 2 years ago, something like that, we was in one of the United States most famous, how do you say, not paperwork, it's a magazine, and we was put it in the second city more safe in the whole world, just behind to Quebec. The first one was Quebec in Canada, and the next one was Merida in Mexico area. So we're actually more safe than where you live now.
Okay, so one last thing. If you had to tell people who are planning to come to Mexico or interested in Mexico, what should they prepare for? What just give them just a tip?
Well, they need to be prepared to live in a different country first. We are different people, so we have different customs, you know. So for example, all my clients have this. We have something that we call Mexican time. So that means we're always late.
Always.
We actually did a blog. We actually did a blog yesterday, and we talked about that. It's not they don't mean any harm. They don't want to hurt. You know, they're not wasting nobody's time. It's just how they are. If you have an appointment at 12, you may not, you know, be seen or talked to or whatever.
About 12:30, 12:45.
Yeah, we're always late. I mean, I'm trying to fix that. Honestly, when I start to working with Expat was really difficult. But now I'm trying. I'm really trying. My range of time is like 10 minutes. Yeah, locals will usually be late. So, and sometimes when they told you, yes, I'm going to your house now, that means they're gonna show us now in 1 hour or maybe tomorrow. So.
You never know.
Yeah, when they wait, that can mean any time of the day. Like, at some point.
All right, so one last thing. Give us some fun facts about Merida. You've been here for your whole life. You should know, you know, tell us a little bit, some stuff that we may not know.
I never do this when I have an interview with my clients. I'm local, so I've been living all my life here. So I'm hearing a lot of tale stories, you know, like old tale stories from the Mayans and all this stuff. Actually, in the beginning of the time when the Spaniards come here to colonize our, you know, Yucatán area, most of the people that live here in the beginning, they only speak Maya. We didn't speak Spanish. We get in the Spanish from the Spanish people, of course, but we usually, our language is Maya, so we mixed a lot of words in Maya. And at the beginning of the times, they say that when the Spaniards come here, they usually ask it to the people, the Maya, asking questions, you know, like what is the name of this place, or what is the whatever, you know. So the Mayan always tell them and answer them with a Mayan word that is say Yucatán. So it's a Mayan phrase that it means Yucatán means, oh, they speaks really funny.
There we have it. We've had our sit down with Miss Barbara Blanco from Merida Moves. She done told you guys exactly what it is they do, what services she offered, and we're gonna put her contact information below in the description, just so you guys can reach out if you're interested.
Okay. You can also find her on Facebook at Merida Moves, and like Sam said, the information will be down below. So make sure you check out our description box, and as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
Make sure you hit that bell so you're notified first when we drop a new video.
And until next time,
Peace.